Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting fractions and getting negative answers. So let's get rid of that on the screen there. Go away. There we go. So let's look at this first problem over here. I'm going to do the first problem in red. So I have -4/7 plus 1/7. So just like in my other answers, my other fractions I've done like on this channel, carry the denominator of 7 over. So now I have -4 plus 1. So think of a number line. I'll draw it right up here. Here I am at -4, and I want to add 1 to it. 0 is all the way over here, so I have a few numbers in between. I have -1, -2, and -3. So if I'm really adding 1 to that -4, I hop over 1. So the answer would be -3. You can have negative fractions as your answers. Never be afraid to have that. They are answers that are possible. Let's look at another problem. So now we have 2/9 minus 2/3. I'll use a different color. Let's use green. So like in the other problems, we need an LCD. In this case, it is going to be 18. So 18 minus something over 18. So 9 times 2 gives me 18. So 2 times 2 gives me 4. 3 times 6 gives me 18. So 2 times 6 gives me 12. So just like in the other problem, carry that 18. So now I have 4 minus 12. So think of that 4 on the number line, and you have to go 12 places to the left. So you have to go backwards. So another way I like to explain it is do 12 minus 4, which gives you 8, and take the sign of the larger number. In this case, 12 is a larger number, and the 12 is negative. So my answer will be -8 on top. But I can reduce this fraction, so I can divide each of these by 2. So then I get -4 on top over 9. I cannot reduce that anymore, so this is my final answer here. -4/9. Let's look at this one, number 3. So I have 3 1/5 minus 4 2/5. So I'm going to subtract my whole numbers first. 3 minus 4 is actually going to give me a -1. And now I'm going to be looking at my fractions. So I'm going to have a denominator of 5 since they are both the same. 1 minus 2 is -1. So I have an answer here of -1 minus 1/5. That is not going to be my final answer. This is actually kind of like a new problem. I now need to take away 1/5 from that -1. So find an LCD for both of them. In this case, it's going to be 5. I can leave the first fraction the way it is. So now I need to make -1 a fraction, which is going to be -5 over 5. So now I need to do -5 minus 1, and that's going to give me -6. So my final answer for this problem is -6 minus 5. Let's look at the last one down here. Let's do this one in orange. So first thing I'm going to do is subtract the whole numbers. So I'm going to get 1. Now let's look at the fractions. So I need an LCD here. It's going to be 6. So I'm going to have 2 over 6 minus 3 over 6. That's going to give me a -1 over 6. So now my new problem is 1 minus 1/6. Find some of these common denominators. 6 over 6. I could rewrite 1 as that. Minus 1/5. 1/6, I'm sorry. So my final answer is going to be 6 minus 1, which is 5, over my denominator of 6. There are many different ways that you can add or subtract fractions and get negative values. So you're going to see a lot more examples on this channel of how to do all of these. Make sure you like and subscribe for more, and leave a comment below if you have any questions or a problem that you would like to see done. And make sure you share with a friend who would benefit from this tutorial. Bye guys.